All right. So as long as you guys can see me, that's perfectly fine. So I am Natalie Rochelle. I'm a brand and creative specialist. And so what I do, I work with my clients one-on-one to kind of give them branding tips and marketing design. The name of my company is called NR Media Agency. And so there's four umbrellas underneath that, which is the social media marketing, which we help with creating social calendars, designs, and things like that. There's also the brand collateral, which we work with, or we design logos, websites, flyers, anything that your brand needs, retractable banners, anything that needs to have a logo on it, design. We do all of those as well, and some of the printing too. And then the other is, of course, web development. So some of our clients come to us just to get a revamp of their website, or also just to, I guess you can say, redesign their, like I said, redesign their website or just build it in general. And then the other aspect of that is through media buying and then also media consulting. And just a tidbit of that, media buying is basically helping you with your ads and your Google AdWords and things like that, so you can make sure you have more exposure. And then the consulting or media consulting is basically any kind of brand consulting, social media, and business consulting that you need in regards to the brand that you're trying to build. So hopefully that gives enough people a little bit of what I do and who I am. So I'll try to make sure because I can see the chats. That way, if you have any questions. Okay. So let me try to make sure because I want to make sure just in case there we go. I got it for myself. Alrighty. So we'll go ahead and get started. So this is going to be about strategic branding and marketing strategy. And so if there's any questions that you guys have, please put them in the Zoom group chat. I am definitely able to see them and can respond to them as well. If any of you guys are also on the previous session that we had, very similar to what she did as well, I'll be reading those. So again, about me, sorry, just trying to click to the next page. Oops, sorry. So again, about me, as it is, I am Natalie Rochelle, and I am a serial entrepreneur, and the name of my business is called NR Media Agency. And so with this, creating a business is all about strategy. And so when you're planning a business, when you're trying to put together a business outside of just, of course, the legal aspects of that, you have to have a strategy. So I'm going to be giving you 5 branding and marketing strategies to implement within your business. So by the time that we get done with this presentation, you'll be able to understand why you need to incorporate some new marketing strategies for your business, so that way it can be more profitable and a lot more of a stronger brand. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the first tip, is defining your brand and your purpose. So in order to build a strategy and begin marketing, we have to know who we are and why we are. So part of that is because your business is a brand identity, and pretty much a brand identity in the eyes of someone who have never even heard the word before or know what. So that's pretty much what it is, like the experience, the presence, and everything like that that it gives. So your business has to succeed because that it has an amazing brand story. So you think about all of the other types of people who have stronger brands, and you realize how successful they are. Just pinpointing on McDonald's. McDonald's is one of the strongest and top brands as far as we're in the food industry, and why they are because they have such strong brandings. They have the golden arches. They have the red and yellow. Red and yellow are 2 colors that we recognize quickly, as well as they're also condiments, mustard and ketchup. So, their their branding is tied into a feeling of happiness with yellow, and then they have the Happy Meal. So when we think about branding and we think about their brand story and what their brand identity is, that is ultimately why they are successful. It's creating an experience and creating an environment for their consumers to shop with them continuously. So when you are thinking about how are you going to increase or market your business, the first thing that you need to stop at is actually defining your brand, your purpose. Like, what are we doing here? So as it says on the presentation, is you have to define what it is your brand is and what you're going to be doing. Because if we don't know why you're in business and what you are doing within your business, we won't be able to tell. We probably won't even conduct business with you as being a customer. So some of the questions that you need to ask yourself as far as what will my brand be and how do I define that is, what is my brand? If you have a business, the branding is separate from that business. She did talk about, if you guys were in the previous session, about the business legally, but now we're getting more so into an actual brand. And a brand is pretty much, like I just stated, what is ultimately standing for. So the purpose, and then also looking at what is the purpose. So bringing in, let's say, again, we'll talk about another brand that's pretty much up and coming. We'll say Chick-fil-A. Most people know about Chick-fil-A. Their brand is family oriented. They want to provide the best chicken, none HMO or whatever, the most freshest chicken that you can get. And what is the purpose? The purpose is to offer a better opportunity for fast foods. And so that is really, really important, because everything that you function within your business has to be alongside with the brand. It has to be aligned with your brand and what you are doing. So why is that? And why is what you are going to be doing important? What is it that you are in business for that separates you from the rest? And why do they need to know that you sell the same apples that everybody else is? Like, what is so different from your apples? And so also, what are you doing that is important? And that comes into play of your social sustainability message. If we're in business, we have to think about why we are important and why do we do the things that we do. And so if we do these things that we do, we have to convey that to the customer so that way they have a feeling and that way they can buy. So one of my key things that I always tell my clients is that people buy people. They don't buy products. They buy people. If that person is selling it in a way that they love it and they care about it, they're going to buy it regardless if they didn't even need it. They're just going to buy it. So the other is how am I going to attract the audience I need? So when we're talking about building a brand, we also have to look at who we are trying to tailor our business towards, and also the type of audience that we want. If we are thinking about doing hip hop or whatever, we're obviously going to be tailoring it towards Black individuals. If we're thinking about offering some type of a coffee shop, we're going to be looking at individuals who possibly read a lot, who work a lot, or who are also studiers. Just because a lot of the percentage of people who necessarily come to coffee shops are lacking in energy, different things like that, or just have an addiction to caffeine. So the other is, if your brand and business was a person, what would they look like and how would they interact with the world? And that is called a brand persona or a buyer's persona. So why this is important when you're trying to also attract the audience is because if my brand was a person, if thinking about a business, if my brand was a person, what type of hair would that person have? What type of, would they wear glasses? Would they wear lipstick? Would they wear makeup from day to day? How would they dress? How are their clothes? Do they wear heels? Do they not? Are they a male? Are they a female? The reason why this is extremely important is because we have to tailor it to that person. That is how you attract your audience. If we put ourselves in the shoes and in the mindset of who our customers and ideal customers that we want, we know how to market to them. So when we have this buyer persona, this person wears blue jeans every day, they wear a fitted cap, Converse shoes, a t-shirt, and they just love the relaxation of a certain type of radio station. Like they love, calming music. They might do yoga on a Saturday. They might read a book early in the morning. Then they might go to work. Then after work, they're doing some relaxation. Things like that plays a huge part in figuring out how do we now attract the audience. So we have somebody with that persona. They're very comfortable, laid back individual. that means that all of things that we're creating, everything that we're talking about and who we need to attract has to play onto that person's personality. So the other and the last question about defining your brand and your purpose is, what is your brand story and how will this impact the world? This kind of goes back into the other question about what is it that you're doing that's important, but what is my brand story and how will this impact the world? So bringing it back to McDonald's, not sure if anybody has saw the movie. If not, it's a great movie for entrepreneurs. It's called Founder. It was the start and build of McDonald's. And so what the brand story, it goes into their brand story and how it was started. There was an idea of offering a speedy way of getting food because they were tired of pulling up and waiting for their food. And so that brand story, that revolution is what McDonald's was all about. And also creating an atmosphere for families to come and have a great time and quickly get their food and fall in love with that burger and that fry. So what is your brand story and how will this impact the world is so important, because you may also, and now we have a more conscious buyer. We have people who are wanting, oh, I want to make sure that it's all natural. You know, we have individuals who really want to know who they're buying, why they're wearing it, the background of that. They want to know all of that because they need to know the designer they're putting on. We have a more conscious, like I said, a more conscious buyer. So the most important thing that you can do is hone in on your brand story. If you're a family-owned business, some individuals love that. You're a Black-owned business, the Black community loves that. If you started you started these natural products because you were trying to help a granddaughter or a daughter get their eczema under control, you realize in a matter of a month, you can have like 6 to 10 different products of skincare. Now you're off in the skincare line. That can be very, very important and can pull on a mother or another individual who knows somebody who has eczema. You're like, hey, this person, they really cared. They started this business off of care and love of that individual for them to seek relief. So that really, really also provokes a feeling for people to shop and to buy with you. So the next pointer that I want to give to you guys is develop a marketing plan and a competitor analysis. So after we have said, okay, we know what we want to do, we know we want to target, we know the type of people we want to reach out to. Now is the time to develop a great marketing strategy and also to do a competitor analysis. You have to know who you are trying to reach and why that's important and why it makes your business different. So when you develop a marketing plan, this should also be as clear as your business plan. Business plan can be straight to the point. It also includes your marketing plan. Your business plan includes your marketing plan. So this has to be the guns, and it will be the guns and butter to your business and how you will make your money. If you don't have a business plan that has a marketing plan or a financial plan or a 5-year plan for the money, I don't know why. I don't understand. You have to plan. So what is the key pointers to having a good marketing plan is the target audience, which is what we already discussed, whether they're going to be between 18 to 34. They're going to like these different types of shows. Their behavior is like this. They're Black, they're Asian, white, whatever demographics you want to add into there. And then you also have the branding identity. Say if the logo, you have multiple different logos, trademark, watermark, and then the ultimate logo. You have all of your branding colors. You also have, then why this is important, because we have to have brand guidelines. And then you also have your buyer's persona, which is what I talked about with the person that wore the jeans and the Converses and the hat and stuff like that. And then you also need to make sure you have an online and offline marketing strategy. So the online and offline marketing strategy has to be cohesive. If you're going to do online marketing and you're going to do social media, you also need to make sure that you're going behind the scenes. You're doing business to business. You're doing cold calling. You're walking into stores and talking to individuals about your product. Because sometimes word of mouth and actually seeing a person's face can also work a lot better than just posting something on social media. It happens a lot. Majority of my business that I get for my business is by people knowing of me and what I do, and they have gotten business cards from me, a website built for me, and it's referrals or it's word of mouth. So that was one of my marketing strategies, that design something, give them 100 or almost 1,000 great customer service, and they will refer you. And so that is one of my offline slash online marketing strategies. The other part that is also very important for a good marketing plan is a SWOT analysis. Maybe some of you have heard about it. A SWOT analysis is your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. So what are the strengths in your business? What do you offer that makes your business so strong of a brand? Your weaknesses, what are you lacking at? Maybe you don't have the manpower to have a brick and mortar or to put out as much product as you have. What are your opportunities? Who is in your network that can possibly land you a better PR stance and you can get more exposure? And then your threats. Maybe it could be, I don't have the collateral to start it up, but I have a little bit so we can start at a smaller scale. That can be a threat. Or the person right next door to me sells the same apples and that person sells them at a cheaper price. That can be a threat. But this is important in your marketing strategy because you need to know how you're going to fail. And if you are going to fail, how are you going to pick yourself back up? Because we already are aware of some things that we might be lacking in. And then finally, it's the competitor analysis. So pick 3 top competitors in whatever industry that you're in. Pick 3 top competitors. With these top competitors, you're going to do an analysis on them, whether they are local or they are national. Do a competitor analysis on the businesses and compare them to yourselves as well. So figure out what are their products they offer, how many customers they have, what stuff do they have that you don't, what stuff do they don't have that you could have. Do a complete and thorough analysis. You can even Google competitor analysis, and I'm sure you can have a printout sheet of it. And print it out and you can work on it your own. The same with the SWOT analysis. But with the competitor analysis, why this is so important with your marketing strategy is because this is where you're going to find your purpose and what you offer differently within your industry. So you know that this other shoe company is charging $30 for a shoe that you sell for $10. With your competitor analysis, you can say they're overpriced. Overpriced shoes are the same. They might get them from the same vendor, but they're charging 30 and you're charging 10. So this is where you can talk about affordable prices or great quality for a fraction of the cost. This is where you come up with some of your strategies to reel in some of your customers when you know that your quality for what you sell is better. And another one, sometimes it won't even be like price. It could also be that they don't have a product that is durable enough. In yours, let's say they have a watch that's made out of some type of crazy material that consistently breaks after like 6 months, but you have wooden watches and these watches can last up to a year. So that's something, like I said, that you can find your purpose within your competitor analysis. You can see where you need to move. And why it's important is because sometimes it's great to study the greats because we have to look at where we need to be in order to get to where we're trying to go. So we can see that if we're wanting to do food or in the food industry, look at McDonald's, how did they come up with what they did, or look at that other restaurant and see how they're bringing their customers, how their restaurant looks on the inside, how their menu is, and in that industry and where they're at. Take a look at why they do the things that they do and look at how they have run their business over the years. And so this might be the track that you need to follow on through because they might possibly be doing the same thing correctly. So that is very, very important as far as when you're starting and getting into your business. So the next question, or number 3, is utilize engagement marketing and inbound marketing. So part of also creating a strategy for your marketing plan is really picking up on different styles of marketing. You just can't say that. I mean, marketing is so broad. It's extremely huge. It has so much entailed into it, but specifically for a business, the best strategies for you to pick up on is engagement marketing and inbound marketing. So in order for you to bring in more clients and increase your revenue, you must engage with your audience and generate leads to nurture them into buying your products or services. So, because we get so many, think of when you're on your phone, you get so many ads every day. Just think about your day to day life. I mean, you're looking at your TV, there's a commercial. You're looking at the shows. The shows might be trying to sell you something because that actor has a dress on that's nice or a shirt on that's nice. You go outside, there's billboards everywhere. You go past the buses has advertisements. There's everything everywhere. But is that's drawing your attention, but is it moving your engagement? Are you looking at that ad on the bus and taking down that little Q code or QR code and going to go shop and buy that? Engagement marketing and inbound marketing is kind of how now the new wave, I would say since 2016 or 2014, have been pushing forward with saying, hey, the real true way into getting more clients and getting them to pay attention to you outside of all of these ads is actually generating a conversation with them, because that is where some businesses are lacking. We're just posting. We're putting out ads all day. But the reason why they're not buying is because we don't talk. We don't say anything. We don't engage with them. We don't provoke engagement. We just want them to shop and buy. Now, on the reverse of that, when you go into a shop, you go into a store, if that person doesn't say anything, doesn't talk to you, you just walked in and they haven't said, oh, how you doing? Welcome to such and such. You might feel a certain type of way. You might not shop with them because you're feeling as if like, okay, they didn't even say anything. All right. That's how I feel. Now, if I go into a location or if I'm at a shop, hi, how are you doing? You need any help with anything? That engagement that they're doing, now I feel good because you recognize me. Let me look at this. Let me look at that. And I might buy something because you made me feel good. You're talking to me. You care that I'm even looking at your product. So on the other side of that, which is what I'll be going more into with engagement marketing, is the ability to interact with your audience through a strategy that provokes the audience to engage with you. So that can be by events where you're popping up and they're able to finally meet you because you're an online boutique. That can be through contests such as tag a friend and we'll give 50% off, something like that. That can even be commenting and liking your followers' information or their post. So one of the aspects of my social media marketing is that we do engagement marketing for the Instagram, because that is the top right now as far as the social media for engagement and also impressions. So that includes the growth hacking strategies for your business profiles. So we're going in, commenting, liking, and talking with your client, with your customers or potential customers to see if they want to start buying. And 9 times out of 10, it works. And why I see that it works for my clients is because people are so not used to that. We're in the popcorn stage where we don't communicate, we don't talk. All we do are texting and emailing. We barely open our mouths sometimes when it comes to social media. So when a business is connecting with that other individual, and that's what was picked up on in the in-person stage of selling, this is something that we can also incorporate when we're doing it online. So the other portion of that, moving into the inbound marketing, once you have created like an engagement strategy for your audience, or you decided to, have me help you with your social media and set up some growth hacks and strategies there, you need to have an inbound marketing strategy. So you need to have a CRM, or you need to have an email marketing campaign nurturing those leads and generating them into a specific group. And so that's going to begin promoting your business straight to their inboxes. So a CRM is a client relationship manager. So some are HubSpot. HubSpot, I believe, is $100 for small businesses. MailChimp is one. They mainly focus on email marketing, but they also have landing pages. They also have all of these other different integrations to now becoming a much better and well-rounded CRM. But a CRM basically is great for collecting emails and information for the people you are trying to create as leads. So you need some type of email marketing on the back end of what you're doing. So that way, when you're able to run these ads, you're able to get these clientels, or you're able to get more growth from your business, you're able to nurture them. And so what that can kind of look like for a email marketing campaign is that very first email, maybe they're getting that freebie or something like that, or maybe they're just signing up for your subscription. The second can be informing them of the product that you're selling or informing them of who you are. The third one can be letting them know of a recent product they can probably be interested in, whether that's a consultation, that's a product that you're selling that you really are trying to push. And then the third one can be another one just following up to tell them again about the brand story and what it's about. And so continuously nurturing them and letting them get familiar with the brand, they will at that point figure out if this is a buy for them or not, if this is the company they want to shop with or not, whatever the case. But you need to start generating those leads. Another one, specifically for people who are also possibly consultants, is if they're interested in marketing and or needing something for their business and that's what you provide for them, you can send them or have them download a free ebook or something like that. And once that ebook goes, you're constantly, and in a matter of 1 or 2 days, letting them know about different marketing strategies, different plans. So probably if they're knowing that they're missing this information, they don't have that information, they might want to book that consultation with you. So in every single email that you're having as your nurtured email marketing campaign, it needs to lead to a sale. It needs to talk about a product. And at the bottom, generate that sale as far as buy now or, contact us now or whatever the case. So the inbound marketing is the art of capturing a lead and generating a sale or just provoking a sale. It's like the new wave, as I say here, as the new wave of the marketing and sales funnel. So you have to get your systems to work for you. That way, if you get a lead, you have an ad that's running, that